I made a video the other day titled, "The Sun Could Save Your Life, but You're Too Busy Being Stubborn, Why?" And yesterday, when I was thinking about that video, I had the similar sentence come into mind, and that was, "Gravity could save your life, but you're too busy being stubborn, why?" And over the last few days, one of the reasons why this popped up in my mind is because I've been hanging upside down, like off the edge of my bed, to stretch out my spine and to like alleviate some pressure. Gravity is always trying to squish us down. And I thought while I was thinking about this, gravity could save your life, but you're too busy being stubborn. I was thinking back to a science festival video that I watched on YouTube years ago, and it was Brian Greene talking about how when there's two objects and their mass is heavier, they actually repel each other like magnets. The heavier their mass is. And I was like, wow, this makes a lot of sense why some people age at a really fast rate and others go through life at a really slow aging capacity, right? Because if you have more muscle, muscle is the predictor of longevity in our life. It's our largest endocrine organ, so it helps to regulate our hormones, which is our immune function throughout our lifespan. So when you are having more density in your body, you're actually repelling the earth, and like everything appears lighter. I go to open a door, everything appears lighter. Gravity could save your life. And then I was thinking about this other topic too. I don't know if you guys noticed. Insulin resistance is a hallmarker of energy resistance. And insulin resistance is diabetes, dementia, type 3, and Alzheimer's, diabetes, type 2. Why I'm talking about this is because one of the things that affects diabetics and people who struggle with insulin resistance or just weight gain or any problems in the body is we lose muscle in the extremities. We lose muscle, blood flow to our hands, to our feet in particular. Neuropathy is like a huge thing. Even somebody today, I was talking to somebody at the restaurant today. I work at a restaurant. I'm a server. I'm just be serving people food, giving them my love. She's like, I struggle with neuropathy from my diabetes. And so I was like, did you know that Nikola Tesla used to, allegedly, because I didn't know, but allegedly Nikola Tesla used to do these toe curls every single night. He used to do these toe curls, 100 toe curls on his feet. And one of the things, like even last week for me, I was working on my calves. Bring blood flow down to your legs, down to your feet. Like already you have this habit. You have any single habit. What is one thing that you do every single morning? Well, you wake up and you drink coffee. Maybe the first thing that you actually do is you look at your phone. Maybe, and while you're looking at your phone, while you're making your coffee, or whilst you're doing these things, you decide to do some calf raises. You decide to get some ankle mobility in your feet, in all of your leg muscles. The force is exploding up through you when you are doing these calf raises nice and slow. So many people have like issues in their back, issues all over, and like you'd be so surprised when you go and you form muscles in your legs and you get more blood flow down to these extremity portions. How much could that help you? Oh, I'm working on my insulin sensitivity just by doing these little calf raises. Or I used to get my clients, like, when you're brushing your teeth, I would ask them, do you brush your teeth every day? And I hope that you do, but I'm not judging if you don't. But whilst you brush your teeth, get up on your calves, get up on your toes, strengthen your leg muscles, strengthen your ankle muscles. Everybody wants to get in the gym. On the first day of the gym, I'm about to go up in here and lift 300 pounds. Everybody wants to go balls to the wall. But what if you just did one simple thing? You used gravity in your own favor. It's already working against you anyway. Every time, if you have the opportunity to use your legs, and some people don't in the world, some people are born without arms, born without legs, born without the ability to see, and blah, blah, whatever. If you have the ability to get up and use your feet, you are working with gravity. Like, even if you're not, we're all working with gravity. And so you can use that to your advantage, time is on your side. So anyway, that's what I was thinking about. Like, why are you being so stubborn? You could just make it easy, And you don't have to go squat 3,000 pounds, like I said. You don't have to go deadlift all this weight. Like, you could literally just use a simple act like calf raises and create all of this musculature in your legs. Something that I really, really love about doing calf raises is that, especially, it's something that you could work on your balance. Why is this so important? Because balance is the function, one of the main functions of the cerebellum, responsible for motor coordination, responsible for glucose uptake, responsible for posture, muscle tone at rest, everything, all muscle activity, balance, proprioception. When you decide to do these calf raises and you feel yourself and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to fall over, start first with holding on to something and then try to do it in complete balance. Like, let's restore this cerebellum activity, because the cerebellum is one of your keys to metabolic function and regulation of that. Brain function, one of the craziest things, okay? Who are we with no memory? Like Alzheimer's, dementia, type 3, diabetes type 3. We lose our memory. The cerebellum is one of the key friends. It has a key coordination with our memory center of the brain. Robert Sapolsky taught me this, and Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, and a bunch of other people. So I just love you so much. Like, I just think you're so beautiful, and you got this. Like, you got this. We got this, because I'm right there with you. You know what I'm saying? Always, like, I go through these periods in my life where, like, I'm really on, and I'm sure you can relate, these patterns, these cyclical patterns. We're really on and we're focused about things, and then we fall off. One thing that I've been trying to do lately is I focus on doing one thing a week. So last week I was focusing on my calves, on these calf raises. This week I said I was focusing on my back bends. I'm trying to get into a back bend at least once a day. I try to get up to 3 times a day, but at least once a day I'm doing back bend for a minute. Right now, like I said, I'm hanging off the side of my bed and stretching out my neck and my back for at least a minute right when I wake up and before I go to sleep. Sleep is a sacred time period. Protect the delta wave, protect your melatonin, eat enough protein and micro minerals, micronutrients, selenium, creatine, carnitine, whatever else, zinc, selenium. Anyway, the whole point I'm trying to make is that I feel like this could be really simple, you know? So I'm going to go. I hope this is helpful for you in some way. I really, really do. You can like, share, and subscribe. If you know anybody struggling with their weights, their mental health, neuropathy, just with self-esteem in general, all of this, like getting closer with your body, getting closer with your health, with your immune function, like all of this, I believe, builds self-esteem. It builds confidence in ourselves. Confidence is related to testosterone. It's related to more of that calm side of the nervous system. I got this. I believe in myself. I can do this. I'm sitting up straight. My shoulders are back. Like Tony Robbins said, when my shoulders are back, I'm secreting more testosterone. When my shoulders are forward, I'm in a closed off, limited space. I'm secreting more cortisol. My muscle mass is breaking down, right? But no, my cerebellum wants me to be rolling back, set forward. My immune system, all the cells in my body, full belief. You can do this. We got this, you know? And sometimes you wake up and you don't believe you got this. But then you go back to your habits. I go into the sun. Sunlight stimulates my dopamine, stimulates my serotonin. I got this. Maybe I don't always feel that way, but my habits, I eat a protein-filled breakfast with tons of creatine. Oh, and then I don't feel as tired for the rest of the day. Dr. Rhonda Patrick talks about how one short night of sleep can lead to pre-diabetic levels, insulin-resistant levels in the blood, high cortisol in the blood, and then one meal of high amount of creatine dose found in animal-based proteins, or I guess your supplement, if you're taking a supplement. But just remember, Mama Nature, she didn't do the laboratory. She created eggs and beef and fish and whatever else. A high dose of creatine can knock away your insulin resistant levels. How cool is that? That is so cool. I used to tell my clients that was one of the coolest things. They were like, no way. I had no idea that that next day after I went out and I was drinking with my friends and I was eating all this food, I had no idea the next day while I was craving all these things that my hormones were doing this. Like, it's just like sometimes you just like, if you just remember what's going on, like if you can just detach from, I have all these cravings, or I got a bad night of sleep, and just say, I know I need to eat mineral dense food today. I know if I do a few calf raises, I can help scoop this sugar up. You know, I had that donut, I enjoy that donut. Let me scoop this sugar up. Let me activate those extra glucose transporters. You know, you got this. So I'm going to go. You can like, share, and subscribe, like I said. But as always, I do wish you the best of luck.